Hello, welcome back to HLS Crypto. My name is Dan. Let me get my massive head out of the way. So memes gone wild. Now this is the thing. So I've been saying for a while, and it's evident in the mock portfolios we did how well memes actually do. So I thought we'd have a little discussion about some memes. There is obviously Bubba. Shout out to Jamie. He wanted me to talk about Bubba. And obviously, Sepral has been doing great work with Tmania. So if we look at the whole kind of meme market cap right now, it's like 69 billion. It's like, is it 7 million over the last 24 hours? It's crazy, right? There's a lot of interest in meme coins. So first thing we'll look at Bubba because, Jamie requested this. He's a solid fella. He's a really good guy. He, I think, is invested in this, and I think there's there's reasons that these two could still potentially go on and do a lot bigger things, and I'll show you the reasons why I think that in a little while. Apologies if I look like I've been hit by a car. I've just finished a 12-hour night shift. I'm very, very tired. I've got to do this video, go to bed, and go and do another one. So it is what it is. So the premise of Bubba is Pepe's girlfriend, essentially. You can go on, you can check the deck screen, you can check CoinGecko and all that kind of stuff. There's a video there if you want to watch it. I've watched it. The video, to be fair, I don't really think it's that interesting. It doesn't really show much about the project itself. It doesn't really do a great deal. But it is what it is, it's a meme essentially. Then you've got like a create a Bubba profile picture thing, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I gave that a go and it came up with this, which looks pretty horrific. Some strange, like Star Trek type shades, hat, ears poking through, and breasts on a pig. So that's kind of where we're at with that. But I believe if you have a look at it, actually, you can change the background, clothes, body, things like that. Likely in the future, these are probably going to be some kind of NFT thing. Maybe, I don't know. That's just a kind of a guess. Again. Loads of images about them mucking about, playing poker, things like that. And so it says about Bubba, so it gives you a bit of an example of what they are. So about Bubba marks a groundbreaking character as the first female protagonist to make waves in Solana meme culture realm. But I think Myra is also female-based, so maybe there's something there. She emerges from fanfiction lore as Pepe's childhood sweetheart, now set to make her mark in the cryptocurrency world as the next community-driven empire. The thing with memes is once it gets that kind of community aspect, once it gets that feel, I do think that these memes can go really, really hard. And I think it's interesting because it's basically a gateway to crypto for regular people who don't really get involved with crypto. Like Bitcoin was one of them back in the day. Like people were like, "Oh, what's this?" That they'll maybe try it out. Whereas memes tend to be the things that bring people in, and then they start looking at more fundamental projects, and they start thinking, well, I've got this meme, but I'm going to start buying, Quant or Casper or, other things that have got utility. But memes do get a lot of people through the door, which ultimately is probably going to be, unfortunately for a lot of people who come in late, the ones that we have to sell our bags to in order to complete our cycle, and then they may learn to do the next cycle, 2028 maybe. So what is Bubba's mission? So Bubba champions community and inclusivity, aiming to inject diversity into the crypto sphere as we endeavor to become the coin of the people. Just like any good adventure, success in the world of meme coins lies in unified community. I agree with that 100%. Driven by shared belief in the token's potential and a commitment to making that vision a tangible reality. Are you ready to embark on this journey with us? Then it's what chain is Bubba on? So it's on Solana. When will Bubba launch? Be the first to know about the launch by turning on post notifications, but obviously we know now that it has already launched. There's this as well. What would you do for 1 million Bubba tokens? You put your Twitter username or X username, your Telegram, how much Bubba you currently own, and then send your wallet address, age, gender, what city you reside in, how you heard about Bubba. So I imagine that's some kind of competition. Maybe you can win some. I don't know. I don't hold any Bubba for full disclosure. But I am considering maybe looking at maybe adding some as a small meme play. I'm not going to go balls deep on it because I don't think it's incredible, but it is getting a narrative. It is capturing imaginations, and it is doing fairly well. If we look at Deck Screener, we're looking at around about a $10.3 million market cap, which is still quite low. The chart looks nice. To be fair, a lot of buys coming in right now as well, so the chart looks good. It's also got its own YouTube channel with 110 subscribers, so I imagine that will ramp up. You can kind of gauge these kind of things. The more popular they are on the different social media platforms, things like that, it could make a difference to seeing how much this could actually go to project-wise. Here is the chart right now. It's at like a cent, so it's very, very cheap. You know, if you want to invest in something that's got $1 billion in total supply. This is the 24-hour chart, so it's kind of like up and down. But if we look at the max chart, which I think is the one that most people really kind of like want to focus down on, it has been pretty much up only. It's very interesting. If we look at the previous all-time high, it was 1 day ago at 16.1% down from that. I think for me to kind of look into maybe getting some, I'll kind of want to see that all-time high percentage drop to around about 25%, maybe pushing 30% before I want to kind of get involved in it. I could miss that, and it could be a mistake to do that. It could be like that it could just go and fly. It may well do that. I know that, like I said, Jamie is massively behind this. He's very, very optimistic about Bubba's future, which is fine. So I would get it, but I'm kind of thinking maybe a bit more of a drop, maybe another 10% drop, and then maybe that'll be the time to go in. Again, not financial advice. You have to choose what you want to do. I think adding memes into your crypto portfolio, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3, as long as you're building your fundamental bags as well. I don't see much harm in that. The next one is Tmania. So Tmania was mentioned by Several, who's obviously a much bigger YouTube than myself. And I really do understand his way of thinking. I kind of like his way of thinking on this, because this is going to have quite a lot of longevity, because obviously the USA elections are, what are they, November time, I think. You've got a lot of traction with regards to Trump's court case and different things like that. So there may be an element of that where this will keep pushing. Trump supporters might continue to push this as well, which might give it that kind of increase right through to the elections. And I think win or lose, it won't make a difference to how well the token performs in the election. So maybe that could be something that we could look at. So it's time to make America great again. What is Tmania? So Trump Mania is a movement that aims to rally support for Trump and restore America's greatness. Since Trump's last election, we've faced global lockdowns, endless wars, corruption, and even the threat of World War III. It's as if the world went haywire because of the weak leadership. But with Trump Mania, we have a powerful rallying cry: make America great again. Join this epic movement and let's use the power of humor, chaos, and internet magic to bring the balance back. With Trump leading the charge, we're ready to conquer and restore order. I quite like this. I have no dog in the fight, by the way, in the political agenda of America. I'm from the UK, and we've got a massive shit show of our own to worry about. So I can't worry about another country's politics on top of that, unfortunately. Although I know they are quite interlinked and quite hand in hand. Tokenomics, again, $1 billion supply. Dev wallet 9.96%, which is not too bad. Get inspired by Trump, so I think you can generate a voice clip, maybe what Trump would say. There's this Trump Mania game where you can kind of hover over and see him doing different faces and probably saying China a lot. Game coming soon, so that might be interesting. There might be something that people enjoy playing. If they do, maybe there'll be an app for that, and maybe that'll generate some revenue somehow. I don't know. I don't know the roadmap. I don't know. There's not really fundamentals involved here. We're just basically having a bit of a gamble if potentially we want to do that. At the minute, it's 14.5% down. It's 24-hour chart, so it's like 2 cents. But its max chart, again, is where it starts performing. So it got up there, started to come down. Like, I'd be interested in getting involved in something like this, because it's now 43% down. I can see that going a little bit lower, so anything over 50% down, maybe that could be a way in. That was 4 days ago, its all-time high, and 6 days ago from its all-time low. So there was a window of opportunity there to really make a lot of money. I think Seppel and his followers and people who are within his community, I think, did do that. which is fantastic. He's saying that maybe like around about $1 billion market cap in the future for this. I kind of agree, as long as we stay along the political narrative and we carry that through to the election itself. But for an idea of what memes can do, here's Shiba Inu. So Shiba Inu had a peak, like a decent peak there. But if you look here, like, I mean, this is significant. And I don't even know the number. If you have a look at this, right? So this is its all-time high. It's 70% down from that. I'm not saying to buy Shiba Inu. It may have already run its race in terms of that. But look, from its all-time low, look at the percentage gain. That's insane. But that's what meme coins can do. And it is kind of like, you can spend all your time building a nice portfolio with all your fundamental cryptos, and you see something like that, and you're thinking, oh, it's just, if I'd have put something in that, maybe. But it shows you the power of a decent community, a well-marketed and fundamentally clever kind of meme coin. So that. This is an example of what things can happen. This is back in the 2021 bull run. So in November or late October, early November, it's hitting its peaks. You've got Flocky. Now, Flocky's a little bit different. This is interesting because I quite like Flocky. They were getting involved in a lot of sports things. I like sport. I like football and different things. And they were doing a lot of sponsorships of I think, like teams in Spain and India and different places like that. I thought that was interesting. But it's just recently hit its all-time high again, which I was quite surprised about. So it was 23 hours ago, and it's nearly 10% down from that. But again, what I want to show you is during the peak of a bull run, you can see how it can really ramp up your X returns. And Flocky is now gone right back to where it was. And then, of course, there's Pepe, which is the first sweetheart of Bubba. This is the max chart again. See this it looks like an insignificant spike there, but back in May last year, that made millionaires. That spike there. So since then, we've had this spike and now this spike, and potentially there'll be another couple more spikes like that going into the 2025 bull run, where I feel is where we're going to kind of start peaking out. It's interesting. It is very interesting. It's worth having just one or two, maybe say not. There's no meme coin that I believe is safe, but maybe there's a risk to reward where you might be able to just hook upon a meme that is going to go and do these kind of X's. These are ridiculous. And weirdly, as much as it's like fundamentals first, which is how I kind of do things, I've probably missed out on a lot of potential gains by not just trying to trade these memes. Annoyingly, when I tend to pick a meme, it tends to go be a rug or dump very, very quickly. I'm sure you've experienced that yourselves as well. But this just goes to show that there's a lot of value in memes, and it's something that could really, really increase your balance and change your life come the bull run. So let me know if there's any memes that are about to come out or anything that you think that you want to talk about. Maybe I'll do a video on subscribers' favorite memes, and we'll do maybe a top 10, and we'll see which is worth putting some investment in. Again, massive apologies. I'm very, very tired. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash the like button. Comment below what you think about these particular memes. Do you like Tmania? Do you like Bubba? Let me know. And wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day. Have an amazing evening. And as always, I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.